Good morning. It is Monday morning. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I did. I enjoyed my family and had some fun with them. I am here this morning. Yeah, I know I didn't do another video last week, and we talked about, last week we talked about don't judge me. Don't judge me. We did talk about that. I still want to go back and revisit that. I am going to go back and revisit that because it is a huge issue with the whole don't judge me thing. When I'm doing something, don't judge me, but never accepting the love that people have to give to you in the form of instruction. So we are going to go back and revisit that, but that's not what this video is about today, because something else came to me today. I was praying this morning, just actually about just me and what's going on with me, and the Lord shared something with me that I wanted to share with you. That thing is, if anybody, people that know me, and you've heard me use it here plenty of times. My favorite scripture is one that we hear all the time, one that you probably learned in Sunday school or vacation Bible school, because it's something that's really, really simple, but it is the key to it's pretty much the key to the Christian life. And that is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, which is trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. And one of the reasons that is my favorite scripture is because it reminds me that I don't have to work this thing out. I don't have to work this thing called life out. We get so discombobulated with, okay, how am I going to get this done? How am I going to get that done? And Lord, this is going on and that's going on. And, oh my goodness, how did this happen? I don't have to work any of that out. I don't have to work anything out. I just have to trust the Lord with all my heart and not lean to my own understanding, meaning not try to figure it out. I don't need to figure it out. I just acknowledge him in all my ways. And that thing is, there's nothing left out of all. There's nothing left out of all. I've had some situations lately, and or I have regularly. I'm not gonna say lately, regularly, because I live. As long as I'm breathing, I'll have situations. But they're just like not minor situations, but there could be minor to moderate irritants that you feel like you should be able to take care of yourself, and you're walking around and you may ask somebody about how to handle it, or what's going on, and it's just not getting done. It's an irritant. It's just like, oh my gosh, why is this not happening? I work a regular job like everybody else, most people anyway, and I'm having an issue with getting some paperwork back to me that should have been gotten back to me eons ago, and it's like, for real, just getting really, really, really irritated with, the people that are supposed to be handling this. And it's just not taking it. So this morning I was just fussing about it, and I was fussing. When I go in today, I got to talk to them. And it just struck me. It's like, no, well, I do have to talk to them, but I never asked the Lord to take care of that for me. It's been irritating me for months. Okay, months, not a couple of weeks, not months. I mean, just really, I've been waiting on this paperwork for months, and I really can't get it. I don't understand. It makes no sense to me. And the Lord, you never asked me to take care of that for you. In all my ways, acknowledge him. And so I asked him, I said, Lord, please get this taken care of for me. Because I should not have to guess on what I'm doing because I don't have this simple paperwork that everybody gets with their job. It's ridiculous. Just there's so many things that I have to do, just for ministry's sake. I've mentioned several times that I am writing a book, and I try to come to you at least once a week. If I don't get you twice, I want to get you twice a week, but I try to come to you at least once a week with some information from the Lord, and I have other, want to I want to continue working with life coaching and mentoring people and helping them along in their purpose and speaking engagements. Continue taking speaking engagements and working another job, raising a family, and all that goes along with taking care of their schedules and what's going on with them. And sometimes I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's so much. It's just so much. Just my taking care of what I got alone is a lot. But trying to fit in me and my whole family into 24 hours, and just trying to get it done. And a lot of times I forget to say, Lord, okay, what should I be doing at this moment? Everything is important. Everything is doable and demands time. What should I? Oh, there's a bird. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Um, Everything demands time. But what should I be doing right now? What should I be spending my time on right now? This moment. How do I organize my week, my day? How do I organize my life? What task or what projects should I be working on right now? How do I write and study for these videos and do my Bible study and make sure I do Bible study with my kids and make sure I'm praying with my husband and make sure I go to work and make sure I'm praying for my clients. And how do I get all this done? And a lot of times it becomes overwhelming, and that's where that scripture comes into play. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not to thine own understanding in all thy ways. Acknowledge him. If I don't acknowledge him in all my ways, I'd be crazy. It just ain't, it's not getting done. It ain't getting done. It's not getting done. Something is lacking. I'm doing something that I really should not be working on right now because he wants me to work on this X, Y, and Z. And I find myself, and I don't know how, if I find myself doing it, I know there has to be somebody else out there that finds themselves doing it. I find myself regularly getting off track or getting all flustered or frustrated because I don't know what I should be doing at a certain point in time. I don't know what I should be doing at a certain point in time. I'm trying to do everything. I was at a meeting with my sister, and she, my sister's a real estate broker. She's an amazing woman. And I was there was a woman there that was teaching on, she was teaching on what you should do to organize your week. And she made the statement, she's a Christian woman, and she made this statement. She said, every single week you should be having one Sunday a meeting with the Lord to find out what you're supposed to be doing, to organize your week. A meeting with the Lord every single week. Because if you don't, you're all over the place. And I was doing that for a while, and it was working really well. And then, after a while, for some reason, you get busy with busyness. You don't wake up, Sunday goes by, you got a lot going on. Maybe it's a holiday or something like that. And you get busy with busyness and you don't get it done. And it goes further and further and further and further and further away. And then you find yourself frustrated again. And so, I just had to, first of all, I had to tell the Lord, I apologize to the Lord, for not consulting him and trusting him with everything. But I want to admonish you as well as we walk out this thing called purpose, because our purpose can be very detailed and have a lot of moving parts, and there's so much passion, and I want to do it this way and I want to do it that way, and this part I got to get this guy and everything, and we think everything has to be done at the same time. My pastor was preaching about that yesterday. He said sometimes we think that everything has to be done at the same time, and that's not necessarily so. It doesn't necessarily have to be done at the same time, right at this moment. There are steps and stages to everything, but if we don't acknowledge the Lord in all of our ways, we're trying to get everything done and we're feeling overwhelmed, and then all of a sudden we just stop and things don't get accomplished. And I find that has happened with me at times, and I know if it's happened with me, it has to have happened with someone else. And I just want to encourage you, as the Lord encouraged me this morning. No, Carla, you need to stop. We need to stop and acknowledge him in all of our ways and have a meeting with him. Acknowledging him All of our ways does not mean just simply praying, but sitting down and having a meeting with him and say, with our pencil and our paper, like we would have a meeting with anybody else, and talking to the Lord and say, okay, Lord, how do we want to organize? How do you want this organized? What do you want me to do first, second, and third? Do you want me to do that at all? Paying attention to what he has to say to us so that we can accomplish all that he has for us to accomplish. We can walk out our purpose and do those things that he's called us to do. So I want to admonish you this morning. I want, as the Lord admonished me, that I walk out Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, and trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't lean to your own understanding in every single one of our ways. Acknowledge him and let him direct our path. Don't forget to have your meeting with the Lord today. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.